Yeah, good evening. Last session we learnt about all data types, how to work with date, array, object, map. We discussed about all the data types. In JavaScript, we learned two topics, variables and data types. Data types, we have primitive, non-primitive, and we discussed about how to use date type, how to write regular expression type. Suppose we need to write a date, we have to use a date constructor. If I have to write a regular expression, suppose our regular expression is slash plus 91 slash d 10 digits number. I want to store this regular expression in a variable. How to store? You cannot use double quotes. Then it becomes a string. Regular expressions, already I told you in string concept, they are defined in double slash. Regular expressions are defined in double slash. Already I told you in string type. One more time you need to know it. So regular expressions can be defined using these slashes. So that is all about variables and data types you have to know. Means how to store numbers, string, booleans, arrays, date, and regular expression. These are the points. Objects also we learned. Now, after understanding data types, we have to know about operators. What are operators? How these operators are used. So today we will see JavaScript operators. Technically, what is an operator? Actually, technically, operator is an object in computer programming. In computer programming, operator is considered as an object. Object it comprises of data and logic. Object comprises of both data and logic. So operator actually stores data in operands. Operator stores data in operands and defines logic using an entity or keyword. So it defines logic by using entity or keyword. So we have operator. Operator can store data in operands and it defines logic using entity. Operands means, for example, x plus y. So here in this point, actually x and y, xy are operands. That means data is stored in operands. That means data is present in these operands. X is an operand, Y is an operand. Data is stored in these operands. Right. And what the action to be performed on these operands is decided by this entity. That plus is an entity. Entity defines what logic to be performed on these operands. So this plus is considered as plus is entity. For addition, we call it as addition. Now important, based on how many operands an operator can handle, how many operators it can. Busy? You do your work outside. Why here? I am too busy than you. You are after all nothing. If you are busy, get out and do your work outside. Understood? Go, get out. No, you are very busy now. Right? Right. So based on how many operands an operator can handle, operators are classified into following types. How many operands it can handle based on that. How many operands means we have unary operators. Unary operator means it can handle only one operand. It can handle only one operand. We have binary operators. Binary operator, that means two. We have ternary operator. Ternary operator means three. Three. Unary operators, that means they can handle operation. They can handle operation using one. Only one operand will be there. So for example, operators like, suppose we have unary operators. Operator, it handles operation using one operand. That means it will be like operand. It will be like this. So we have x plus plus. We have like plus plus x like this. Only one operand will be there. There will be no two operands. This is called as unary operator. X plus 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 x. We have x minus 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 x. These are unary. I will show examples. What are those? So unary operators, that means they handle only one. Binary operator is nothing but it handles operation using two operands. Two operands it will do. That means we have some x plus y. So we have like x slash y. These are binary. For example, suppose if I give an x plus y slash z. Now what kind of operator it is? Here also binary only, because at a time it can do operations on only two. That means what it will do? First, it will do x plus y divided by z, or x divided y divided by z plus x. At a time it can do only two. That means even you use three operands, it will perform only one. It will perform using only two. That is why these operators are considered as what? Binary. We will see list how to handle them. Another one is ternary operator. Ternary operator means it handles operation using three operands. It will handle operation using three operands. Three operands, actually it will be like, so this is, we have condition, we have question mark, we have true, and colon false. This is ternary. That means the ternary operator is actually question mark colon. Question mark colon is a ternary operator. Before question mark, it will contain condition. If condition is true, what should happen? That is decided by after question mark. If condition is false, what should happen? That is decided after colon. That means here how many operands are there? 3. One operand is condition, second operand is statement on true, third operand is statement on false. Right? So this is called ternary. 3 operands will be there. So that means, so I will give like this here. So we have first is condition. First is condition. Then second is statement on true. Statement on true. And third is statement on false. Statement on false. That is operator. So we have first, second, third. And the first is defined condition, second is defined with a question mark, third is defined with a colon. This is ternary operator. That means actually it is equivalent to like this. That means it is equal to if condition. If condition is true, what statement should happen? Else, what statement to execute? That's what we have to check. That means instead of writing this, you can simply write in a shortcut way. How do we write in a shortcut way? Condition, question mark, then true, then colon, false. This is ternary operator. That means instead of writing in this lengthy way, you can simply define in this shortcut. We will see how to use them, how we can use these operators. Let's see one simple example first for unary operator. Remember, these are based on how many operands they can handle. Again, operators are classified into different types based on what result they return. These are the operators classification depending on operands, how many operands they can handle, right? First, we will look about this. So unary operator, very simple. I hope we used already. No, let's check. Unary operators, how we can configure. So suppose we are taking one example. Yeah. So unary operator. So just I will design so a document. Let's so define unary operator. So for example, now I am linking this. Link relation is equal to style sheet, href, node modules, bootstrap icons, font, relation, style sheet, bootstrap, and dist css, bootstrap.css. Let's add here container fluid, and here we will create a div class as margin top sum 3, and here I will keep this as a card. Okay, then again div class card header. Okay, then here I will keep a heading id as some LBL title. Okay, so below this class card footer I will give And here I will add image. So height some 200, class as card image top. Okay, and in the card footer, we will add a button, span class bi, suppose I say previous, or say left chevron left. Yeah. Similarly, here I will give chevron right, and this is class btn danger. Same, we are giving btn and btn danger. So this is the basic design we created. Okay, in this I will put text center, card footer will be text center, and card header also text center. Okay. Now this is the design. Okay, height I will just give as 300 pixel. Fine. Now we want to display. So we want to display the details. This is nothing but we want to display slideshow of images. That means how many pictures are there? Products, suppose. We will take fake store. The products must display here like a slideshow so that user can watch next previous slides. So what we will do now for this image ID as IMG product, LBL title. Okay. Now we will write here a function. In the script, we are writing a function. In the script, we are writing a function. So load product. Now what this load product have to do is, it should load product based on ID. I will pass an ID here. So we will write fetch http:// fakestoreapi.com/products/ in that we need to use that ID. I will use a backtick. Dollar ID will be changing. Dot then, so response function, response, so and return response dot JSON. Dot then we use a callback function data. This data we need to present in the table. So here document dot get element by ID img product dot src is equal to data dot image. Okay. Document get element by ID lbl title dot inner html is equal to data dot title. I will keep the title. And this title card header na, so I will give style height so as 150 pixel. Okay, 150 or 160 pixel, that will be better here. Okay, now here we can keep this. Fine. Now let's see. I will load this product on body load. Body on load. On load is equal to body load. On body load, so we will write a function body load. On body load, we will access load product. Into that we will pass first ID. That means it will display the first product here. So I will use little bit here div. So class is deflex, justify content center, align items, center. So style width is some 400 pixels and height. This is okay. Okay. We are keeping in this way. Huh? All right, fine. I'll just keep the content in this way. Yeah. Card have padding 2. Fine. Now what should happen is this heading I will change to paragraph. Heading looks very lengthy. Okay, this is better. Now what should happen when user clicks next product should come. Suppose this product related price, the product related some rating should display somewhere. What we will do is we will create another div and ID is some details. Okay. In that we have heading 3 and ID as LBL price. Okay. And we will do one thing here. Class as details. Huh? Yeah. Now ID is LBL price and we have paragraph in that span. Class BI star fill and text success. And beside this, we will put a span ID as LBL rating. Okay. Now here on load, one more option, document get element by ID, LBL price dot inner HTML data dot price. One more document get element by ID, LBL rating dot inner HTML data dot rating dot rate. This I want to display and plus I will keep a simple square brace. Yeah. I will put a simple square brace here. In that we will display data dot rating dot count. I will use the count also here. This is fine. And what I will do is I will add a style. In the style, the details class, I will give width as some 150 pixel, height as some 60 pixel, and border as 2 pixel solid, some red, and border radius is 30 pixel. Okay, and padding is 10 pixel, and we will give one more option, position as fixed and top as suppose 100 and right as 250 pixel. Okay, that is the details class you have defined here. I will keep right as 450 pixel. It will be here. And height as 160 pixel. So 100 pixel. That will be fine. Width as 120 pixel. This is fine. Now what should happen? We are displaying the price there and the rating. Now when user clicks next record should come. Next product must display. So what we have to do, we will simply create a variable called count. Count initially is 1. And we will write a function next click. On next click, count plus plus. This is unary operator. Count plus plus means the count value will be increased by 1 and that result will be stored in count. That means it is equal to count is equal to count plus 1. Instead of writing like this, we are using simple unary. Unary operator means how many operands are there? Only 1. That means we are storing the value, doing some manipulations on it, and again storing the result in the same location. That means only one operand is having all the work. The previous value, the new value, everything is present inside this operand. So similarly, what we have to do, function, and after count plus plus, what should happen? Load product. Into that we will pass the count. That means when you click the next button, already count is 1. 1 plus 1 means it will be 2. The 2 will be passed here. That means it will get the second product. Similarly, function, we have previous click. On previous click, we have count minus minus. Already how much count is there? It will be reduced by 1. And we have load product. And what? Count. That means now what happens when user clicks this button, right button on click, right button on click, we will access next click. Chevron left button on click, we will access previous click. And you can see now when I click on next button, the next product will come. When we click on the next button, so the next button will come. So we have the previous will come. That means we can switch between and we can display those details. So we click back and that is the previous and this is the next. And every product have its own price, status and everything. So here I'm just displaying the number. Suppose temporarily, whenever we are displaying price, here I'm adding some string as a dollar plus the price. It will display that. We are displaying the price and configuring it here. This is simple configuration for accessing and displaying the data. So when you are using unary operators, operator will be only 1. Operand will be only 1. We will store value in it, do some manipulations on it. Again, we store the result in the same. We don't need another operator to store the result. So this is example for unary, how we can use the unary operators. So this indicates count minus 1. That means it is count is equal to count minus 1. So only one operand is enough to do all the work. So these kind of operators are called unary. Later I will tell you what is increment, what is decrement. It's a different concept. Some more are there. First, our concept is to understand why it is called unary operator and what is an unary operator. Why it is called unary operator? Because it handles all operations using only one operand. That's it. Binary already we will see in next level. Addition, subtraction, these all are binary. Now let's see ternary operator. This is an example for unary operator. We will see this example. Let's copy. We will see how we can handle a ternary operator. What is ternary operator? How we can handle ternary. Binary we will see after this, how it works. So ternary operator is nothing but generally what should happen here is I will create another example. I will create another example. Here I will put ternary. Okay. In this, we will design a simple screen here. So ternary. Okay. I will add a button. In this button, we have a span. So span have an ID, BTN show, BTN some toggle. Okay. Now below this, we will put a image. ID is equal to some pic and image src is some public assets, some jacket. Okay. So width and height. This is a general example actually. So we have an empty button here. We have an empty button here. Now what should happen is this button should toggle display. It should toggle display. That means once I click, it should hide. Again click, it should display. That is one simple concept I want. That means same button, once click, it should show. Again click, it should hide. How do we know it is clicked second time? That means same button is clicked 2 times, but click event is only 1. So on first click, it should hide. On second click, it should show again. So event will be only 1 on click. Then how it knows it is first click or second click? Based on that, not only hiding, it should change this text also. That means actually this should have hide display. When I click, it should hide and that button should change to show display. That button should change to show display. We have to change the button text and we have to change the display style. So let's see how we can do it. First, how to handle this toggle button. What we will do is on button click, on click. So this is toggle click. Okay. Let's write a script. So function toggle click. On toggle click, first we will access pic document.get element by id pic. That is picture. What we will do here is simply pic dot style dot display. This display, currently it is displaying. If it is currently displaying, it should hide. If it is hidden, it should display. Then what we will do is actually display requires to show, it requires block. To hide, it requires none. Then what we will do, display is equal to, here we will write a condition. Condition is if pic dot style dot display is equal to, display is equal to block. If display is equal to block, then question mark, what should happen? It should set to none. Otherwise, it should set to block. That means this is the condition and this is true, this is false. That means if display is block, it will store which value? In display, which value it will assign? None. If it is none, then it will apply block. That means if it is not block, if it is not block means it is none. If it is none, then it will apply block. That means now actually here, when I click this button, it should hide. Again click, it should display. That means display and hide. Once you click, it should display. Again you click, it should hide. That should happen. Now the same, I want to change this button text. If I want to change the button text, then how? btn toggle. Then here I will access another one, where btn toggle document dot get element by id btn toggle. That is span actually. So what we have to display? btn toggle dot inner html. In this, what we will do is, here we will use if condition is nothing but, so btn toggle dot inner html is equal to, if it is equal to hide display, am I right? Then what is the word to add? We have to add show display. Otherwise, what do we have to add? Hide display. That is the word we need to define. That means if it is already hide display, then it should say show display. So you see, it should display like this. Means I will use here reverse way. By default, it is having what? So it is show display. Show display. So this is actually, yeah, show display. I click on it, it will display. And it will change to hide display. When I click hide display, again it will be show display. I say show display, it will display. And the button will change to hide display. This time we are handling this by using a simple ternary operator. Here we have three operands. So first operand is checking condition. Second operand is defining condition true statements. Third operand, condition false. This is regularly used. For example, let's take another example. Suppose we have a checkbox. Input type is equal to checkbox. And I defined here span as in stock. In stock. Span ID is LBL stock. Okay. And here checkbox is like this. If I, and by default its property is checked. I will give ID as OPT stock. Okay. Now what should happen when I remove this? That means when it is unchecked, then it should be out of stock. Again checked, it should be in stock. That means now what we will do here is we have to write logic when user is changing the checkbox. We have an event on change. On change means checked change. On change, that means stock change. Okay. Now let's write the logic function. Stock change. We have to access OPT stock document dot get element by ID OPT stock. And we need to access the label also. LBL stock. Label is LBL stock. LBL stock. Document get element by ID LBL stock. Now we need to write if OPT stock is checked. We have to write like this. But now we will do in a simple way. LBL stock dot inner HTML is equal to OPT stock dot checked. Checked is equal to true. If checked equal to true, question mark. In that we have to display in stock. Otherwise we have to display out of stock. That means we have to use question mark and colon. That means now when I select this here, out of stock, and I click here, that is in stock. That means it will be changing based on your selection. While selecting itself, it is going to display that and show. This is done by using ternary operator, toggling the contents. We can change symbols, icons. This kind of toggling is very common. This kind of toggling is very much required in several examples. Suppose we have to design tables. We have to design sort ascending, sort descending. Once I click the button, ascending order. Again, click the button, descending order. The icons should change. The effects should change. These kind of functionalities we can manage by using this. So later, when you design complex tables, we can implement that. We can change icons, we can change text. For example, so if you want, you can change the icons. We can just use bootstrap classes for changing the icons based on this. So this is one example of ternary operator. That means how we can use the ternary operator. This is another example. This is ternary operator. These are ternary. So we have unary operators, binary operator, and ternary. So this classification is depending on, it is depending on how many operands. How many operands are there? Now, operators, JavaScript operators. Operators are again classified into various types based on the value they return. Based on the value they return, what type of value they return, they are again classified into various types. We have like arithmetic operators. We have like comparison operators. We have like logical operators. We have assignment operators. We have like bitwise operators, and we have like special operators. These are all operators. Operators are again classified into several types based on what type of value they return. What arithmetic operators can return? Arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators, actually all arithmetic operators return a number. All arithmetic operators return a number. If actually one arithmetic operator can return a string, that is plus. It is used for both arithmetic as well as concatenation. We call it as concatenation operator. Arithmetic operators, they return number. What are the arithmetic operators? We have plus, this is addition, minus, this is subtraction, so asterisk, this is multiplication, and slash, this is division, and percent, this is modulus division. Modulus division means remainder value. Double asterisk, this is exponent value. That means a value raised to a certain power, right? That is double asterisk. And we have plus plus, and we have minus. This is called increment, and this is decrement. This comes under arithmetic operators. arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all. These all operators are very much required, and all these operators will return numeric. But important, these all operators are required depending on the situation. See, many times people have a doubt because to handle arithmetic operations, actually javascript javascript provides JavaScript provides math object to handle mathematic operations. It provides a math object also. We That means we have math. That means we have math dot pi. It returns pi value. We have math dot cos. It returns cos value. We have math dot tan. It returns the tan value. So we have math dot sqrt. It returns square root. We have math dot random. We have math dot round. These are all functions. Math dot round. All these are functions. These are all functions actually. These are all functions. So the point here is, so math dot pow. So many will be there like this. Now the doubt is, why web developers need all these mathematics? Right? You are a web designer. Why you need mathematics? These mathematics not only for doing some calculations and all in general, means business work we will do through these mathematics, but lot of presentation also done with mathematics. Presentation also done with mathematics. For example, suppose I give an MS Paint. In MS Paint, I asked you to draw a correct straight line without using line tool, using brush tool. Then it is difficult. With a brush tool, if I have to draw a straight line, difficult. There is a separate tool, line tool. With that, I can draw a straight line. Now the question is, how it is drawing a straight line? Behind this, mathematics is there. That means it uses X position, Y position. It calculates the position along X and Y axis. And when you are dragging using shift key, I am dragging using shift key. Without shift key, if you drag, random line will come. That means directly I drag, you see random will be there. If I drag using, that means you see the straight line also have a lot of randomness. You see, exact straight line means generally what we do, I use a shift key, shift and drag. That means if I use shift and drag, correct straight will come. When I use a shift key, then it will implement some mathematical calculation. With that, it will identify starting point, ending point, and it will draw correct straight line. That means behind this, some mathematics is there. That means if I have to join one axis to another axis, instead of drawing, you just mention some calculation, automatically it will join. So lot of presentations happens through these mathematicals. That means I need to rotate it. You see CSS animations. In CSS animations, I want to rotate in a 60 degree any image. Then you need lot of mathematics for that. But they are already written for you. You are just using. That means an image is starting at one position, rotating to another position, all this mathematics. So not only that, mathematics operators and operations are required in achieving lot of business requirements. Business requirements means, for example, you see, suppose we have HDFC Bank website. In this, when you visit that HDFC Bank website, when you visit this HDFC Bank website, you see a lot of calculators are there. That means loan calculator, EMI calculators. When I select a loan calculator, you can see there is a loan calculator. Here I am selecting some loan amount, some number of years, interest rate, and click on calculate. It will calculate the loan amount and display. How to calculate the loan for the amount based on the years and interest rate? For that, a mathematical operation is required in the background. Remember, you are a web designer. You don't know any mathematics, right? Then how you will design this? But you have to design. It is your job to design it. And you don't know any mathematics. Then how you will do it? So that is not our job. So what we do is, as web designer, we design without mathematics, without knowledge of mathematics. Why? Because for this, they need a formula. They use a formula for this. They give all formulas to us. What we have to do? Collect the data from these controls and put that in formula. That is the work we have to do. So what we have to learn in web designing, how to implement a formula given to us. A formula is given to us. We have to implement this in that formula. That means what we should do? Collect this number from text box. And what is that number? Principal amount. Then number of periods. Then interest rate. Actually, for this formula, you can Google. Let's Google here. In the Google, I am searching for EMI formula, right? EMI formula. You can see it will get you the EMI formula. This is EMI formula. That means it is EMI is principal into rate into 1 plus R divided by N, and 1 plus R N minus 1. What we have to do is, so P is amount, R is interest rate, and this tenure is in 12 months. 12 months is nothing but N. N is nothing but number of periods. What we have to do is, just we have to implement this in that formula. In this formula, we have to implement these values. So we don't know mathematics. We don't need to know mathematics. Just we have to minimum learn how to implement these in the formula. So mathematical operations are very important. We will design that. In the next session, we will design that EMI calculator. I will show you how to design such calculator. But you should know about the operators, how they return the value. For example, we have addition, that is the operator. What is the purpose of addition operator? Addition operator, it returns the sum of given values. Sum of given values. So addition operator, it returns sum, but important you should know is string plus string, what it will return. If I am adding a string with string, what it will return? It will return a string. It will return a string. Suppose string with number, what it will return? String with number, it also returns a string. Suppose string with boolean, what it will return? It also string. Anything with string is string. Suppose number plus number, it returns a number. Suppose number plus boolean, what it will return? Number plus boolean also returns a number. Because I told you true equal to 1. false equal to 0, right? That means it returns a number. For example, so I defined like, so boolean, boolean plus boolean, what it will return? Boolean plus boolean also returns a number. These are important. That means these type of questions are asked in general interviews. So why? Because you may think it is simple addition only, simple operator, but consequences will be different. In various occasions they return various consequences will be different. That is the reason we need to know, right? Technically, when you are dealing with operators, this is one important. Similarly, subtraction, we will put in one example. Subtraction operator, it returns, what is the purpose of subtraction? Hmm? Subtraction operator, subtraction, it returns the difference value. Subtraction returns the difference value. Means 5 minus 4 means what you are finding? Difference between 5 and 4. So subtraction is not subtracting. Subtraction is about finding the difference. If you know that point, that means string minus string, what is the result? What will be the result? Can you subtract a string? Can you find a difference between string using minus? It's not possible. That is the reason it says NaN. Because difference can be found out. You can find out the difference only for numbers. That means string minus string will be NaN. Anything other than string will be NA. Other than number will be NaN. For example, I said number minus number. What it will return? It will return a number. Number minus boolean. What it will return? It will return number, because booleans are treated as number 0 and 1. So anything with string, suppose boolean minus string, then what it will do? NaN, not a number. The same thing for multiplication, division and all this. That means multiplication, it returns product. It returns the product of given values. It returns the product of given values. It is also same. String into string, NaN. So number into number, only number. Boolean into number, it will return number. Other than that, all are division. That is multiplication. Similarly, we have division. Division is nothing but it returns what? Division will return. Division will return quotient. Quotient value. What modulus will return? Modulus will returns remainder value, right? Remainder value. It returns the remainder value. These all are important. So we have double asterisk, actually exponent, actually we call as exponent. So we have double asterisk. It returns power. It returns power value. That means, for example, I defined 2, so 2 double asterisk 3. That means 2 to the power of 3. It will return 8. That's what exponent operator. Now we will use these operators and we will design one real-time example. So that means we will see how to use these operators and design EMI calculate, how to implement. If we can design this, that means we implemented a real world application. Based on that, you can try other exercises, example that we'll see tomorrow. Right, in tomorrow's session, we will design the HDFC EMI calculator is there. We will see how to design it with functionality. We have done that with design in Bootstrap and all in HTML, CSS. Now we will implement a functionality for that so that we can do the calculations and return the result for client. That we'll see tomorrow. Right? In tomorrow's session, we will discuss about it.